Hey, back with another video because you guys just can't accept the reality that stands aren't light speed and keep struggling to find more shit to back up your claims. Today I'll be looking at Red Hot Chili Pepper, a stand from part 4. If you are unaware, it's a stand that absorbs energy to become stronger and faster. It's mainly just really fast. Now some people are saying that's light speed because of a statement made by Koichi. This is somewhat true, but only conditionally. It's only light speed when it turns into electricity and moves through wires. Otherwise, it can't get that fast. Now, this statement in particular was made during the final fight with Red Hot Chili Pepper, where he absorbs all of the energy in Morio, causing a blackout and making him massively stronger and faster. During this fight, he uses underground wiring to jump around and attack Josuke, and Koichi explains this because he's got to be the classic useless commentator. He also says that he's jumping around in the wires at light speed, and that only Jotaro could catch him. This isn't due to Jotaro being light speed, and this is just because of his time stop. Jotaro could probably catch Red Hot Chili Pepper by stopping time when it comes out of the wires, but the statement does not make Jotaro light speed. It's also important to note that this is a statement about someone else's abilities, so it might not necessarily be 100% true. Now, people are also saying that Red Hot Chili Pepper is city to large town level because of the same battle. This is because he absorbed all of the energy in Morio, so people did math on how much energy this is. However, this calc is wrong. Let me break down the numbers for you here. The 58,000 is the amount of people in Morio. The 8.4 thousand is the amount of average energy used by each person in the year. And that's averaging out the amounts of the years around the period that Part 4 takes place in about the same region. The 496 million is the total of that, and the 427 kilotons is the amount of TNT that would produce that much energy. I've got some images here made using NukeMap of a 426 kiloton nuclear warhead, which by the way is about a medium-sized nuke by modern standards, being detonated in a random coastal town in Japan called Hamada. There would be an estimated 37,000 fatalities. Now, the issue is that the calc amounted for 1 year of energy consumption. We see Red Hot Chili Pepper absorb all of the energy in Morio in a matter of seconds, immediately crashing the power grid. I highly doubt that a large town would have an entire year's worth of energy just sitting around in its batteries, and it's more likely that it had a few hours worth instead. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here and say that they had an entire day's worth of energy. This would only be 1.3 million kilowatts, not 496 million. Now, how much smaller of a blast would this create? It would only be a 1.1 kiloton bomb, and I've got some more screenshots from our handy little nuke map to show how much better this would be. The nuke would only have 130 casualties, although it would have several thousand injuries. This is definitely not city or large town level. There's even more to consider, though, like the fact that for this to be possible, he would have to expend all of his energy in a single attack, which we don't see in the show. We see him passively using energy to fight Josuke for several minutes straight, but if he expended it all at once, he would run out of energy immediately. So again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that each of these punches have a whole 1% of his power behind them, which would still drain him pretty fast. This would be an even smaller blast, and would be about 3 blocks wide by my count. Now, as far as JoJo's characters go, this isn't bad, but keep in mind I'm being quite generous with this. This is a highball. More realistically, it's about 100 times smaller, which is too small for a nuke map to simulate. But it's about building to multi-building level. This would still put him at the upper end of JoJo's characters, as Star Platinum and the World are about large building level. See my video on Star Platinum not being city level for more on that. This is Red Hot Chili Pepper absorbing a large town's worth of energy, so in the average fight, he wouldn't be that strong. This was just his last resort. But then I got to thinking, how strong could he really get? Before I get into that, though, just wanted to remind you, it really helps. Anyway, I want to know how strong he could get if he was around today and came to someplace like New York City. First, I went to go and look up how much power New York City uses in the day, and using the same math as a highball for Morio, it would be 264 million kilowatts, a bit over half of the original estimate for the calc. That just goes to show how absurd that is. Because that's an entire year's worth of energy. But the difference here is that the blast is being detonated in New York City, and there are a lot more people there than the random coastal town I was using. So about 250 kilotons. That would result in 640 people dead and almost 1 million injured. But what if we assume that they had an entire year's supply on hand, like the original calculation assumed? That would be 96 billion, or about 90 megatons of TNT. For reference, the largest bomb ever tested was the Tsar bomb, which had an output of 50 megatons of TNT. That bomb was actually theorized of being capable of reaching 100 megatons, but they had to change the design to limit it. Using that much in New York City would result in about 8.7 million casualties. I hope you enjoyed this video debunking some feats and exploring just how overpowered Red Hot Chili Pepper could have been. If you did, remember to like and subscribe or even leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys and might give me some more video ideas.